This week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast, we reviewed The Rip on Netflix. Plus, the Jock breaks down his 2026 Oscars nomination predictions, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, January 19th, 2026.
You know who this is, and you know why you're here. You want all the latest comic book and superhero TV and movie news, and by God, you found it. Forget everything else out there. Forget all the Scientology bullshit. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. Worship at the feet of the holy trio of geekdom, the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Play it.
Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. We jock it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We jock it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah!
Oh, what is up? Hello, listener. Thank you for pressing play and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
And joining us, a fella, he's got a big rip, but it's in his pants. It's Rug Boy.
I bent down too fast.
Yes, you got to be careful. You're getting to that age. You bend down too fast, you get a head rush.
Your pants are tight.
And then your pants rip. Big rip. Welcome back, Anthony. I hope you had fun on your travels and everything went fine.
Tell us about them, man.
Any highlights?
I was in LA, so I got to be on the Amazon MGM Studios lot. So
shit. How was that?
See like the big lots and stuff, but didn't get to see anything cool like that. But
that's fun.
I was there. I saw some of the Prime like Emmys that they've won. We drove by the Sony's pictures lot. So Culver City.
Oh man.
But nothing too crazy.
How was the air?
Big studios.
How's the air? Was it like smoking a bunch of cigarettes, just breathing the air there?
No, it's not bad.
Okay. It's not that bad?
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
I wasn't downtown though, but no. Okay. I mean, I think that's overplayed whole air thing.
All right, well, I'm gonna go out there.
I haven't heard anyone comment about the air in LA in a long time.
I just always remember like pictures with the smog bubble.
Yeah, I think that's like a old thing. I don't think people care about that anymore.
Well, I'm gonna go and smoke a pack of cigarettes out in the public just to help bring LA back.
Bring it back. You want to bring LA back?
Well, bring it back.
We're trying to create hetero over there.
Yes, we need hetero. Smog monster. I'm bringing smoking back.
If for people that don't know that, he said hetero because it sounded like kind of like you said hetero, like heterosexual.
Oh, hetero.
Hetero, yeah.
Ghidorah.
Smog monster.
Yes.
The smog monster. If you don't know, in the movie, he goes into the smokestacks and he just tokes up. He just takes a big hit.
Yeah. His eyes get real red, too.
Absolutely. Just like
that's why I want to go to LA, breathe that air, it gets you high. That's what, no, I don't know.
Then Godzilla stick his hand in you. He wants that too.
All right, well, fellas, we'll talk about The Rip later, Netflix movie. But first, a fun segment to begin the first half. Let's get started. The Jock and Nerd Podcast. Since Anthony, you were out last week, I'm going to make you do all the work here up front.
Great.
We got a segment I'm calling the Jock's Oscar nominations predictions. The official Oscar nominations will be released this week, January 22nd, Thursday morning. And of course, the 98th Annual Academy Awards will air in March 15th. Conan O'Brien returning to host. So this will be fun. Take us through your thought process and how you came up with this. And then very quickly, we will see how close you get once this show posts. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So ever since we reviewed Anora last year and we had Gerald Morris on, who is the Awards Garage,
That's
you should
right.
check him out on YouTube. I went, you know what? It's been about 5 years since I was into the Oscars. I'm back. I'm going to be into this year. So I've made it my mission to go and watch mostly every movie that I think could get nominated for a lot of what you'd call the above the line categories. So above the line meaning the actor awards, the director, and the best picture. But I am pretty in tune with everything at this point. So I decided, hey, we got the nominations coming up on Thursday. I've been tracking everything. I've been overly tracking everything. So I've been like looking at all the awards and all that stuff and coming up with my own predictions for who I think will be nominated. And I said, Imran, let me do this for a quick minute here. And here we are. So I'm going to do my predictions for the acting categories, director, and I'll do them in order of what I would say most likely to win. Okay?
Okay. Wait, so before, what are you basing this on? What nominations are out and awards have been given?
Question. So the Critics' Choice and Golden Globes have both been given.
Yes.
So those awards, we already know who's won those awards. All the guilds, so let's say the Screen Actors Guild, Directors Guild, Producers Guild, those awards have been nominated. So we don't know who's won them yet.
We have nominations.
And we know the other big precursors, the BAFTA, so it's like the British Academy Awards. We know the long lists for those. Okay. We don't know who's nominating for that. But we do. So we have a lot of data. These are predictions as of today. Things will probably change a little bit when more awards shows actually play out. But for as far as the nominations, I'm pretty confident in these. And then as far as the winners, we still have time. But I'll tell you who I think is going to win as of right now.
Okay.
I base it on some of the data. Some of it's just vibes.
Yeah.
But most of it's like data, who I watch a lot of other people, and then I just make a prediction. So here we are.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with supporting actor.
Okie dokie.
So right now, I have at number one, and I'm actually going to change this.
Ooh.
I have at number one, Stellan Skarsgård from Sentimental Value. Number two, Benicio del Toro from One Battle After Another. Number three, Jacob Elordi from Frankenstein. 4, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. And 5, Paul Mescal and Hamnet.
Oh, Mescal from Hamnet. Okay.
I would say it's just sitting on the outside. So I'm pretty confident these five will make it, but just sitting on the outside is, I'd say, Miles Caton, Adam Sandler. Miles Caton from Sinners.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler from Jake Kelly and Delroy Lindo from Sinners. That's realistically probably the only 3 that probably could get in, but I would say these 5 are pretty locked in.
Yeah, that's a good list.
So, Best Supporting Actress. Now, this one is a little bit crazier, and I'm going to make a prediction for this. So, I think right now at number 1 is Tiana Taylor for One Battle After.
Okay, she won the Golden Globe, which I was kind of surprised she won that Golden Globe.
She did. Number 2, I have Amy Madigan in Weapons.
Yeah.
She won the Critics' Choice.
Okay.
Number 3, I have Inga Ibsdottir Lilius from Sentimental Value.
Mm-hmm.
I have at 4, Ariana Grande from Wicked for Good. And I have 5, Wunmi Masaku from Sinners. I would say those last 2 slots are a little more precarious, especially Ariana Grande. But that's where I'm leaning right now. And then just outside of it, I would say Elle Fanning from Sentimental Value has still got a shot. And Odessa Zion from Marty Supreme still probably has a shot.
Yeah, this one is interesting when she won the
category.
Yeah, this is a crazy category. Amy Madigan might get, she did great. I really wanted her to win the Golden Globe, but that was kind of an upset, I thought, with Tiana Taylor.
No, I would say Tiana Taylor was more favored, but Amy Madigan's rising.
Okay.
I'd say this category is probably the most unpredictable in terms of who's going to win. It could be a race between Tiana Taylor and Amy Madigan. So we'll see what happens there. The next one I got, Best Actor. So right now, I think number 1 clearly is Timothée Chalamet from Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
I think number 2 is Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent. He just won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
3, I got Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another. 4, Michael B. Jordan in Sitters. And then 5 is Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, which I think Rug Boy saw. And
I did.
Just outside, I'd say Plemons in Begonia, Edgerton in Train Dreams, and then, that's probably realistic.
What about your boy Lee Byung-hun?
I got him at 8. I don't think it's realistic, though. He gets nominated. That said, there's always 1 or 2 people that get nominated where you're like, oh, shit, I didn't expect that. So,
no chance in hell The Rock gets a Oscar nomination.
No.
Okay.
That movie's got, as the kids say, that movie has no juice whatsoever.
There's no Jews in the movie.
I don't know. I think there are maybe a couple.
There might be a couple of Jews.
Yeah.
What about Clooney for Jake Kelly?
Clooney's beyond dead. It's that has not going to work for him.
And Chalamet wins the Golden Globe. I figure
he won the Globe. He won the Critics' Choice. I think it might be his year to finally get one. So the next best actress, I think this one is pretty locked up already.
Oh.
Like, probably the most locked up out of any awards. Number 1 is Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. She's winning it. I would say number 2 is Rose Byrne, and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
She won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, she did, but she wanted a comedy or musical.
Right.
Number 3 is Chase Infinity from One Battle After Another.
That's great.
4, Renata Reinsva in Sentimental Value. And then 5, Emma Stone in Begonia. The only person that I could see maybe sneaking in is Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, but I think this 5 is pretty locked.
Yeah, I heard that movie's not great, but her performance has been getting. Kate Hudson's performance has been.
I haven't seen. That's one of the only movies I haven't seen, and I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
So I hope she doesn't get nominated, just so selfishly I don't have to go and watch that fucking movie. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. All right, director.
Yeah,
this one seems like it's this one's kind of an interesting one. I'm not as confident with some of these. So I'd say 1, I think Paul Thomas Anderson's winning this. So One Battle After Another is finally going to get his Oscar.
Cool.
I think 2 is Sinners. That's Ryan Coogler. 3, Hamnet, Chloe Zhao. Now these last 2, I think I'm confident in, but I think these 2 could get unseated. So I think I have 4 right now. I have Frankenstein with Guillermo del Toro. And 5, It Was Just an Accident with Jafar Panahi. Now, Jafar Panahi has a great story. He's basically banned from Iran. He's going to probably go to jail if he ever goes back to Iran. Yeah. He filmed this movie in secret. So the story's great, but that movie hasn't been getting as much love as we thought it would.
Right.
But right outside of it, I think Joaquin Trier for Sentimental Value and Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie, they could potentially sneak in.
Oh, Safdie. I forgot about Safdie.
But yeah, Guillermo del Toro, I think, is going to get in for this. So I know you guys both like that movie.
That's great. Yeah, I feel like this is PTA's year, though, man.
So these are they're nominated already. These people?
No, not yet. I'm predicting who's even just going to get nominated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we'll do Best Picture last.
Okay.
So
let's see, guys.
I think for Best Picture of these movies, I would say.
There's 10 of these.
There's 10 of these. I would say I feel pretty confident in 8 of these.
Okay.
Maybe even 9. But I'm going to list off I'll list off the 10 and then I'll list off other movies that could potentially get in there. So I think number 1 clearly is One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
I think that's going to win. Number 2, I think, is Sinners. I think Sinners is probably the only movie that can maybe unseat it, but it's probably One Battle After Another this year. 3 is Hamnet. So Hamnet's very old school Oscar bait, a showy Shakespeare movie that makes you cry. The old Oscars definitely would have taken this in a heartbeat, but I think it's number 3. I got 4, Marty Supreme. I think Marty Supreme is pretty safely in. 5, Sentimental Value. That's a drama. I think that one's safely in. That's with Stellan Skarsgård. It's a family drama about actors. That's good Oscar bait. 6, you guys will like this. Frankenstein is probably going to get in.
Nice.
I think that's number 6. 7 is Begonia. So I think you guys will like that movie. I think that movie.
I like that movie too.
Pretty locked at this point.
Yeah.
I think 8 is The Secret Agent. So I think that movie is getting so much buzz that it will probably also get in.
Did you like that movie?
No, the movie.
I didn't like this
you
movie.
You did not like this movie, and it won.
No, I thought it was pretty boring.
Won Best Foreign Feature Golden Globe, and Wagamora wins.
It's pretty much locked. Now, it was just an accident. I have it 9. I would have had that movie in as a guarantee probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it's really losing steam.
Man.
But the story is so good in terms of the director, Jafar Panahi. So I have that at 9. And then number 10, I think the 10th movie that sneaks in is Train Dreams.
Yeah, Train Dreams. That's a good pick.
So here's the movies that I have just outside that I think could sneak in.
Yeah.
So right outside of that, I have No Other Choice at 11.
Yeah.
The only issue is we've never really even had 3 fully non-English speaking films in, and I already have 3 in this year. No Other Choice would be a 4th. I don't know if a 4th gets in, and they're all from the same studio.
What? So Secret Agent, it was just an accident.
In Sentimental Value.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's 4.
Sentimental Value and Secret Agent are more. Sentimental Value is locked. Secret Agent, 90%. It was just an accident, probably 70%.
Okay.
No Other Choice I got there as 11. Blue Moon at 12.
Oh.
I think that one's been getting some decent buzz. 13 and 14 are movies we've seen. So I think 13 and 14, these movies have been rising. 13, I have F1.
Yeah.
and Weapons I have at 14. If either of those movies get in, I'd be very happy.
Wow, Weapons.
Yeah. And then 15, I think Wicked for Good is like pretty much dead, but I still have it there. And then 16 is Surratt. And that's really it as far as like what other movies I think could get in. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at.
Man, if F1 sneaks in, that would be crazy.
Well, F1's going to get a lot of like tech nominations.
Yeah.
So if that, the thing to keep an eye on if you're watching it live, which I will, is if it gets into editing.
Right.
Usually if the movie gets into editing, it gets into Best Picture.
And that movie is all editing, really.
It's a below the line, so it's going to get like editing. If make it editing and like cinematography, VFX, like score, song maybe. So like there's a lot of like stuff. I mean, it's not going to win because there doesn't have any acting nominations, but F1 might sneak in, and if F1 snuck in, I'd be really happy. So that's it. We've got most of these movies, I would say, of the 10 that get in, if these 10 get in, I like 8.5 of them.
Yeah.
8 of them.
Yeah.
The only ones, I mean, Sentimental Value I like, but it's also not a fun, like it's an movie, like in terms of like, it's just a drama. The half point I would give to Frankenstein, I like half of that movie, and then I don't like Secret Agent. But everything else, I like.
What about if you could put a movie that's not in here, if you could like have control, what would you put in?
Of like realistically, or if it was just my 10?
If it was just you, like you could just be like, this is I'd put this in with the rest of the batch.
Well, if I had one choice that like realistically could potentially get in, I would put in Weapons, just because horror, and I just loved Weapons. It's not outside of possibility, but the only thing is the Oscars just don't like horror that much.
Yeah, that is the longest shot out of.
It's a very long shot, and they don't like horror, and they don't. If they do nominate horror, they nominate horror with like a message, so like The Substance,
right?
Well, Sinners will get it then.
Sinners,
yeah, and Sinners is already like kind of taking the obligatory horror spot.
Yep.
Not even obligatory; it never really happens.
Yeah.
Sinners is kind of horror, and then if you really want to go out on a limb and be like Frankenstein's a horror movie, then you would say there's 2 horror movies already in. I wouldn't really consider Frankenstein a horror movie though.
No Avatar: Fire and Ash at all.
No, that's dead. I mean, that movie. Yeah, the problem with the Avatar: Fire and Ash is if you're gonna, there's very rare times that the Oscars nominate a movie from the same franchise 3 times. Like I think it's been like Lord of the Rings, Godfather 3. I think Star Wars maybe. I'm not really sure about Star Wars, but point being, I don't know why Godfather 3 got in, but the third movie has to have like just as good a buzz as the last 2, if not better.
Right.
Because people just get tired of it. And Avatar: Fire and Ash, even though it got good reviews and is making money, it's not like people are like, this is a fucking awesome movie. You would definitely need to go in and see this. Maybe Imran is, but no one else is.
I mean, I feel the same like about Wicked for Good a little bit. Like
the buzz really died down.
It wasn't as big as the first one.
Everyone that like all the fans are like, oh, it's not as good as the first one. So it's like, not the fans, even the critics. So it's just hard for that movie to get in there.
These are good nominations. Any other observations? I feel like it's going to be a lot of One Battle. Sinners, Marty Supreme.
Warfare isn't in the mix.
No Warfare. Well, that's kind of sad. Warfare, you would hope it would have gotten like sound or something. It might, but I think that's kind of a long shot. Excuse me. I mean, this year is kind of. I'd say the movies are good. It's a fun. There's a lot of good movies. A lot of good acting, but it is kind of boring because unless you just are like, hey, I want PTA to win, which probably a lot of people do. It's pretty much set up for One Battle and Sinners to dominate the entire thing, and One Battle to win like Best Picture, Director, all that shit. So everyone kind of knows already.
Did you watch Hamnet?
I've watched everything.
Yeah,
the only movies I have. Yeah, I watched Hamnet. You guys would not like Hamnet.
I heard. I mean, I'm very curious. I know it's sad and it makes you cry.
It's a sad movie. Yeah. It's a very like it's like a throwback 90s, early 2000s movie, like an old Shakespeare movie where they just talk in Shakespearean language and make you want to, you just want to cry. I didn't cry during the movie because I knew walking in this was going to try to make you cry. It's literally about the death of Shakespeare's son and then how that inspired him to write Hamlet.
Paul Thomas Anderson, 11 Oscar nominations, no wins.
Yeah, this is his year. The whole narrative is there. It's like it's a great movie. He hasn't won it. It's similar to 2 years ago, I think, when Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer.
Right.
Like there's these times with the Oscars after I've done some research here where they just decide, okay, this is this guy's year.
Right, like Denzel in Training Day.
Yeah, where it's like this actor hasn't won it or this director's never won it. Like, for example, even if you go back to, I think it was 2006, Scorsese with The Departed, like no one's ever going to be like, oh, The Departed was his best movie. But it was like he was nominated so often that the Oscars
How did he not win for Goodfellas? What did Goodfellas go up against?
I think Goodfellas lost to Braveheart. Let me just look that up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, who did?
I mean, I love both those movies, but come on. Goodfellas is the better movie.
We need to look this up at Oscars. It lost to, this one's kind of controversial. So it lost to Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves. That is some bullshit.
But those, in my research, those 90s, 80s, 90s, the Oscars would always default to more of the Beatty type stuff.
Yes.
So like Goodfellas didn't win. Pulp Fiction didn't win.
Right.
You know, there was a long time where they would nominate it, but then like they wouldn't actually go out on a limb and be like, let's go with something a little more different.
And I mean, I think last year, like having the substance in the running was very different. That was
well, the thing is, the Oscars, there's two things that happened. One, there was like the Oscars so white thing.
Right.
So that was basically Oscars kept nominating white people for all the shit. And so then they made an intentional effort to diversify it and get more international. So the Oscars you're seeing now, the body that's there isn't the same body that was there in the last 20, 30 years. So the Oscar Beatty type shit isn't resonating as much as it used to. So that's why you're getting movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once that win.
Right.
Nora, or you're getting international films more and more nominated. So it's good and bad. I mean, I think the Oscars could do a better job of like nominating other genres. Like,
hey, maybe when it goes to YouTube, they'll fucking change all that.
Yeah, but why do they always nominate movies that are just not fun to watch or, just, I don't know.
I think they're just, it's because it's all industry people, right? So I think especially a lot of the old industry people are just very, they have a sense, or they have a thought process of like what is considered high art and what isn't. And they just nominate these movies that are just dramas. I think that's changing a little bit. You're seeing Sinners and One Battle. Those aren't really artsy fartsy movies,
right? That
get in. So I do think it's changing a little bit, but you guys gotta wait till these people die. I would love to see like an action movie there. Like, I think the Oscars could do a better job of like incorporating a variety of movies so that more people get interested in this shit. Because I mean, you sit down, to Ruggs' point, you sit down and watch some of these movies, and it's just like not a fun time.
Well, not even that. Like sometimes I struggle to see like the art in what they're doing. It's just like, I mean, it's either an actor's film where it's all about dialogue and acting,
right?
But there's no like Ethan Hawke one,
Blue Moon,
that's all about the script,
right?
The acting is Ethan Hawke is a good actor and he did a decent job, but that's all about the script. That could win best screenplay, right?
Yeah.
But as a film, it's not really doing anything great. Like it's not really inventing or being like creative or even like it's just it's above average. It's way above average, but it's not like groundbreaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, they seem to lean towards, when it comes to winners, they seem to lean towards script and acting. And if they can get like some sort of dramatic performance, that usually plays. Whereas if like a big technical film like F1 or something like that.
But you take like a Martin Scorsese movie, it's got that level screenwriting, right?
Yeah.
Great acting. And then the camera's doing good shit. There's great editing. There's great storytelling and all of that stuff. So like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes these movies, like Marty Supreme had some of that vibe going in there, had some energy.
Oh yeah.
It sucked you in. Like some of these movies don't suck you in.
Yeah.
Some of these movies you're like, I have to get through this. This is like painful. It's just not like, it's not saying it has to be fun, but it has to at least like pull you into the movie somehow. And some of these movies don't do that.
Speaking of Marty Supreme, you think they give it to Chalamet over DiCaprio? Because DiCaprio got nominated, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
Before he won a fucking thing.
Yeah, no, that is like a running narrative in terms of just Oscars, which is stupid in my opinion. But there's a lot of times where they're like, oh, he's too young, he will get another chance. And that's why you see like the directors or people that they got to get nominated a few times before they win. I do think though that Marty Supreme is just such a singular performance.
Yeah.
Where, you know, that movie just exists on his shoulders. Whereas One Battle, like Leo's great in it, but that's more of an ensemble.
It is. It really is.
And it's not like I walked out of that movie and was like, Leo carried this movie. Like there's so many things happening in that movie that are making it awesome.
Yeah.
So I think I think that it's just an undeniable performance for Chalamet.
I feel the same way about Sinners. Like I feel like the movie is a sum of its parts. It's got a lot of great parts in it, you know?
Right.
So, but like, look, I think Sinners is going to get the short shrift and going to get snubbed on a lot of things. Michael B. Jordan should be nominated twice. I mean, you got to take that into consideration.
Well, the thing about Sinners is it could, I think the record is 14 or 15. I might be wrong on that, but somewhere around there of nominations, and it can beat that. So Sinners potentially could beat the record for nominations. That doesn't mean it's going to win a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But so it'll get a lot of love. I think if it wasn't One Battle, like Sinners would probably be the favorite. It's just going up against PTA and the narrative is just too strong.
For me, like One Battle, Marty Supreme, Sinners, and Frankenstein, to me, those are the ones that stand out, and Begonia. And I think those are the ones that really stand out. Train Dreams also stands out too, but you know, I feel like even F1 for me was like a great theater experience and great technical achievements. And
I agree.
So it's just like these other movies are I didn't see them, but when I see that you're not even excited about them, makes me wonder, like, you know. Because you made an effort to open up your mind and sit down and absorb these films and try and get your head around them. And some of these films, like, would you recommend? You're like, no. How are they getting like nominated if that's the case?
Well, it's the Hamnets, your Sentimental Values, Secret Agent, like 2 of the 3 are international. So there's that, like there's a bigger international push.
Yeah.
But I would say all 3 of those films are more, regardless of language, just very old school Oscar-y, like dealing with like the old school Oscar bait, which somewhat still
like
exists.
Trying to tell a story from a perspective that you've never seen before.
Well, yeah, it's also like, so
boring.
The old school Oscar bait used to be like period pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime they could do like a biography or something, like what do you call that?
Like a biopic.
A biopic.
Anytime it's about Hollywood itself.
Yeah. Musicals.
Yeah.
War movies.
Oh, yeah.
Or some poor unfortunate soul, like someone who my left foot, like someone who's injured.
Yes.
So or it was like someone overcoming something, like a disability, or like, you know, racism or something like that, or like or then like your Sword and Sandals type stuff. Those were like the typical Oscar baity stuff. So you still get that because a lot of those people are still around, but I think it's kind of changing. Like I wouldn't consider like at least half of these movies really Oscar baity. The other thing though is once a director gets nominated once, like they're kind of in the club now, so they get nominated over and over. So that's why like a Chloe Zhao who won for Nomadland, right. Hamnet's basically like shoe in to get in.
Yeah.
Begonia, right? So like Yorgos was not being nominated for shit. Then he started getting nominated for like Poor Things. So now like Begonia, like, so you have to like kind of crack the club. And then once you crack the club, then they like look at your stuff even more. It's a weird, I kind of like the politics of it. And I also kind of like, it's like the sporting aspect. So I can it makes it more relatable to me because I'm like, oh, this is a competition.
Are you betting on the Oscars?
You can.
No, I'm not betting on the Oscars.
Gold Derby has a bunch of odds on all this shit. I was looking it up.
You can definitely bet on the Oscars. So yeah, it makes it like a competition, which that's the part of it I enjoy.
We should play like that movie fantasy league. I know there's some like movie fantasy league, or
there used to be one. Yeah,
there is one. I participated in one over the summer. It's basically like, and it makes it. I'd have to look at the rules, but it was like you draft movies throughout the year, and you have a certain number of like dollars you can spend on each movie. And each movie has a certain value. So like if it was, let's say it was $1,000, like One Battle before the year probably would have been worth like $400.
Okay,
right? So you could spend it. but the points would be allocated towards like Oscar nominations, but then also box office performance. So you get points for both, right?
Okay.
So
you had weapons, you were the man.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. If you had if you had Sinners, you would have been like killing it because Sinners killed the box office and is going to get nominated for a lot of shit. So like those are the things that I've seen where you can like even it out, so you don't have to be all frou-frou and watch all these fucking movies like I did this year.
How much does the Golden Globe win for Hamnet for best drama affect any of this? Because that also kind of surprised me.
It was a little surprising. The thing about the Golden Globes is the Golden Globes is like a very small committee of like mostly international people. There's like, and they're all like international writers. So there's really no crossover. The only influence it has is that like it happened.
Right.
So voters are more aware of Hamnet when their ballots, but I don't think it.
It's literally like a couple.
Can mean things, but not with Hamnet.
It's like a couple hundred random people voting for that shit.
Yeah, the Golden Globes is like a weird little body.
Yeah. One battle, very political too. And I'm wondering if they'll
the Oscars sometimes like to be timely.
Yeah.
If they can get something that knocks things off that like there's two, they try to vote for the best movie, but then they're also like trying to capture the year and freeze it, which is really hard to do.
Oh yeah.
Like some, you look back on movies and you're like, oh, that movie won.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in 2010, The King's Speech won Best Picture. No one even talks about the King's
Nobody
Speech.
saw that fucking movie.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it too. But that year, The Social Network came out, Inception came out. Like everyone's like, oh my God, like how did you not award The Social Network? Right. So like there's these things that like where you look back at it and you're like, oh fuck, they really fucked that up. But yeah, there's the Best Picture is the Best Picture is the only, I think, award where they do you assign points. So it's not what they don't like for every other award, I believe it's just like whoever gets the most votes.
Yeah.
But for Best Picture, you rank them, right? So
it's like rank voting like the Pope.
Right. So exactly. So like the winner, what they're trying to capture is the consensus among everybody that this is the most well liked. Okay. Sometimes it's the most voted for, but like if a number is like really a movie is really polarizing. So let's say Begonia, right? There's probably going to be a lot of people that are like, this is my number one or number two.
Right.
And then there's going to be a shit ton of people like, I don't get that movie at all. That ending sucked. It's my 10th. So like polarizing movies tend to do very badly with that kind of ranking, whereas a movie that like plays it safe and gets a lot of people to be like, this is 2, 3, 2, 1, like 4. Those movies will end up winning that type of stuff. So that's why you get like 2018 Green Book wins it, because Green Book's like a very safe movie about like overcoming racism.
Right.
So no one's ever going to hate that movie, but no one's ever going to love it. They're just going to be like, this is good, and then win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done a lot of research. I've spent way too much brain power on this type of stuff.
Well, and they have that new rule where like they have to watch all 10 movies this time.
Yeah, so there used to be a thing where they didn't.
I can't believe they let them vote without watching the fucking movies.
Yeah.
How do you know that they watched them?
I think there's a
there's like a platform online.
Yeah, there's a screeners platform where if you're in the academy, you can watch, like they'll track if you watch it through that platform.
Yeah. And then it should be, if you've seen it, then it will allow you to place your vote, right? If you've completed.
I think after you watch it, you have to answer a few questions about the movie.
Did you really watch it? A couple of the other categories I'm excited for this year, because we had such visually beautiful, interesting movies, is like production design, cinematography, VFX.
Frankenstein could win a lot of that stuff.
Yes, you have, and Sinners had amazing production design.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme had amazing production design, replicating New York in the 50s.
Yeah, so the way it works with all the nominations is each individual guild within the academy sets up the nominees
for their category almost.
For their category. But then for the voting, everyone gets to vote on everything.
So
you'll get like some, you might get some actor that's voting on like production design, right? I mean, I'm sure they know about it, but like you're not getting experts always voting into like their field. So that's why sometimes you see a lot of the best picture winner also winning in other categories that you're like, I don't know, like what it should have won that category, because like a lot of it's just like, oh well, I'm picking the best. I'm just picking the best movie.
I've watched a couple of other prediction videos and lists, and yours are pretty close, except I don't think anybody else had. It was just an accident, Jafar Panahi, in a lot of things, but I feel like he should deserve something. I got to see that movie.
Yeah, that movie's just got a lot of It has a lot of the narrative behind the movie is really crazy.
Yeah.
Like this guy like basically filmed it in secret because his government hates him. It's a decent movie. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that the narrative around it's what's driving that.
I mean, I wonder if he gets nominated, does he even show up to the Oscars? Because then the fucking Iranians know where he is. Be like, I'm not coming.
I don't know.
I
don't know exactly how that all works.
Just send some other dude and say that you're him. It's fine. Nobody will know.
Yep. So.
No, these are all solid picks, and it does kind of tell the tale of last year in movies.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the 10 I would pick, but
yeah,
it's you got to be realistic with the picks.
Yeah. No, I know you didn't like Secret Agents. So I was wondering if you were.
And I would have had. I probably would have. Let's see, just real quick. I would have probably 4 or 5 of these films in my 10. Like I would have. It would be mine would be different. I mean, you guys heard I had Wicked for good.
Yeah. Wicked, Little Weapons.
I had Weapons. Yeah.
Did you see Blue Moon yet?
No, I haven't seen. I don't want to watch that movie unless it gets nominated.
Okay.
Ruggs already told me that. Ruggs already explained on the show that it was like a very slow movie.
The other thing I
didn't think it was slow. I just think that it didn't quite work.
There you go. So yeah, I don't want to. I thought
it was a good movie. It's interesting, and I was into it the whole time, but it just was lacking something.
The other thing I wanted to mention, no Sorry Baby, huh? Any Ava Victor action for you?
The only thing it might get is like a screenplay nomination.
Oh, right.
A24 really hasn't pushed that movie. I like that movie a lot, but
so I've watched it recently.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right.
That was all right.
I felt like it was maybe a little overrated. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag. She's fucking doing Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's it.
Oh, Eva Victor.
Yeah, it's almost like the same thing. This dark humor. But it was.
I knew that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's fucking Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It was a very interesting, structured movie, and then honestly, it got to the end, and she's talking to the baby, and then it ends, and I'm like, that's it? Okay. Sure. I get what she was going for, but it really reminded me of Fleabag, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, which is maybe she's inspired by her.
I will say that's her first movie. So
yeah, no, for her first movie, like that's impressive that she's acted, starred, and directed in it.
Yeah,
it was well made, and it was very. But Ruggs, you were right. Like nothing really happens. You just kind of watch them hanging out until the middle.
It's slice of life. You're getting like cuts of her life.
Yeah. And how she does say sorry to a baby, I think, at some point. So there you go. It's the climactic finale of Sorry Baby. She just goes, sorry, baby. Okay, put the baby down.
I'm glad that it happens.
All right, no, that's culminates. That's a great list. Listener, let us know what you think. If you got any other things you would add to this, you could join this conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. There is a link in the episode description. Closed, exclusive, private group. But when you listen to this, and then if we come to our Discord hangout, Anthony, it's this week, we can compare and see how close you got. But no, this was good. Everybody's doing it, so I'm glad we did it too, because it seems like a very popular thing to do. It's fun.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Fun time. Let's take a break here, fellas. We're going to play some promos, and we're going to come back, talk about The Rip right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Throwback Thursday from the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, along with my co-host Bill. Every Thursday, we bring you classic hip-hop.
Classic. Classic.
You know, all the good stuff, the stuff that you forgot about, the golden age, pre-golden age, back to the original era.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Each week, we bring you hip-hop headlines, so we let you know what's going on with your favorite artists from back in the day. We bring you Wu News. We dedicate an entire segment just to the Wu-Tang Clan every week.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
We bring you 2 records. One is a one and done. One is a record of the week. We give you an artist of the month. We give you all the classics.
Classic. Straight classic.
Come and check us out. Every week, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, and at MrThrowbackThursday.com. And if you remember nothing else, always remember, new school stale, old school fresh.
Jock and Nerd Podcast. Listener, if you enjoy this show, this is a great moment in time pause everything what you're doing and sign up to our Patreon fan club. Just visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Jock and Nerd. And you can give back on a monthly or annual basis. And for as little as $3 a month, listener, you get bonus content. You get access to an exclusive Patreon podcast feed where the shows come out early. There's instant reactions to movies, bonus movie reviews, and bonus show. You can also join us for our monthly Discord virtual hangouts. The next one is this week, fellas. It's this Thursday, January 22nd. Be there, be square. Wait, Anthony, let me ask you this. Are you so deep in the Oscars that you will wake up butt ass early to watch the nominations live?
Yes.
Holy shit. That's like 7:30 Central Time here.
Yeah, I'll be up. I'm usually up already.
At least if you were in California, it's like 5:30 in the morning out fucking there when they do this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember.
So you're going to do it live. Great. See, you got to show up for the Discord. Maybe Anthony will show up and we'll find out how.
Yeah, I'll probably show up. Probably.
It's been, we didn't do it last month. So lot to discuss and catch up on. Should be a good time, listener. Hope to see you there if you're on Patreon. If not, sign up and you can be there. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. All right, fellas, let's get into this week's movie review. It is our first movie of 2026. First 2026 movie happens to be a Netflix movie called The Rip. Here is your spoiler alerts.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This one written and directed by Joe Carnahan, who developed the story with Michael McGrawley, and it is loosely inspired by a true story. A buddy of Joe's, actually. It's a big 2016 bust. He was a Miami-Dade cop. This happened in 2016. We'll get into a little bit more about that later. On the Rotten Tomatoes, The Rip currently 81%. Tomato meter. I can't say that word. Tomato
meter.
81% tomato meter, 68% audience score. Metacritic, it's sitting at a 64. What's that on Letterboxd there? They got a Letterboxd score there.
3.2.
Okay, low threes. Interesting. The movie was made for about $100 million and stars the boys.
Did all of that go to the cast?
What's that?
Did all that money go to the cast?
Probably.
Well, I have an interesting note about the payout because this movie is produced by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who starred in the movie, their production company called Artist Equity that they started in 2022. And just as the name implies, they are working to provide equal shares to everyone in the industry. You know, not just like your top line talent directors, but like everybody, the fucking gaffers, the grips, the best boy. So
the best boy?
The best boy. He's the best boy. Are there best girls?
What about the fluffer? Does he get
The fluffer definitely should get a piece of the earnings. Yeah. So the deal they made for this, Netflix purchased the rights to distribute the film, and the contract they have, instead of a large payout up front, Netflix has agreed to pay a one-time bonus to the 1,200 people who worked on the film if the movie meets certain performance benchmarks within its first 90 days. So they have 3 months to get people to just play this movie over and over again. And everybody gets a piece. I've heard them talk about this. The philosophy being, if everybody is invested and thinks they have a piece of it, they should ideally do their best work, right? Because you're the better you do, the better the movie is. You're going to get a piece back. We'll see how that works because this is Netflix, and you know how Netflix movies get. But the cast does include Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in their 14th project working together. They've worked in 14 things. You also have Stephen Yeun, Teyana Taylor, we just talked about, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Sasha Calle. So you have a former Supergirl, former Batman in this. Kyle Chandler, our upcoming Green Lantern. Fucking Scott Adkins is in this. Doesn't throw a fucking punch or kick.
That's right.
And
he's in this?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know.
He plays Ben Affleck's Fed brother, FBI.
Oh, that's Scott Adkins.
That's Scott Adkins. You wouldn't know because he doesn't kick anybody.
Weird. Oh, that's a weird cast. Okay.
And then eyeliner guy, Nestor Carbonell. Is that natural or does he wear eyeliner? I think it's natural.
There's a dude with eyeliner in this.
Nestor Carbonell always has this dark line
Yeah,
under
I
his
think
eyes.
that's his natural.
Right.
Who's
He's-
that guy?
He was
the chief.
He was the chief in the beginning that's
Oh.
interrogating them.
Okay.
But he was in Lost also and a couple other things. And it always looks like he's wearing eyeliner, but he has like natural eyeliner. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know how that works. The movie is rated R and runs for 1 hour, 52 minutes. I'm going to switch it up. Rug Boy, what is the plot of The Rip?
Oh, what? What are you doing this to me?
Look, I had Anthony talk for a whole fucking 40 minutes at the
Okay,
stop. I'm going to
fine.
give him a break.
Okay, this is
Keep you on your
movie
toes.
starts out with a police captain getting shot, and so the whole entire crew is now under investigation, and the leader of the crew, which is Matt Damon, gets a message that there is a place that he should go check out that supposedly has money there, and they do this thing called the Rip, which is they find the money, they count it, and then they give it to whoever, like the police, the feds, whoever. So he's gathers his crew to go to this place and do this Rip, and shit gets complicated, and it's a lot more money than they thought they'd find, and that causes lots of questions to be asked. If people are trying to rob them, if there's a conspiracy, there's all kinds of twists and turns.
Yeah.
And that's the movie.
Good job. See? You put in a Patreon thing and you did it there, so I was like, I'm just going to have you say that same shit again.
Okay.
Anthony, back to you. I know you probably weren't looking forward to this. We did mention it in our most anticipated or movies coming 2026. Were you looking forward to this? I kind of made you watch it.
No, I was completely thrown off when you said that we were watching this, but then, action movie.
Yeah.
January, whatever. I wasn't that pumped to go watch this movie, given that it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
A Netflix action movie, which we've reviewed a few of these now, and they tend to be Netflix action movies.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
But you got Matt Damon and you got fucking Ben Affleck, so and then you got a pretty good cast. So yeah,
last week
I would be more mad about other things.
Good. And Joe Carnahan last week, we were talking about has Joe Carnahan made a good movie in a while? It's been
Smoking Aces,
yeah,
there's a
Cop
couple of
Shop,
them.
yeah, Boss Level. It's been a hot minute. So, all right, Anthony, we'll start with you. Watch this twisty cop thriller. Overall thoughts, opening thoughts. What'd you think?
I watched it probably about 4 hours ago. 5 hours.
Oh, nice. It's fresh.
Free-ish. Yeah. This movie was like there's two ways I think about this movie. It's a sort of an 80s, 90s, early 2000s throwback.
Yeah.
Which we don't get a lot of these movies anymore, with a really good cast, right? I mean, I just talked about Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
She's probably going to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. And in this movie, all she does is count fucking money.
Yeah, they put the women in a room and got the money, women.
Like the cast is very overqualified.
Yes.
You could say it's of that ilk.
Yeah.
Or you could say the other way to look at it is it's a movie that Rug Boy would probably watch with his boy
Grillo.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
That will go straight to DVD.
Right.
Also with just an insanely good cast. My opening thoughts are, it's pretty generic. But it's a plot line that works, right?
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of also Assault on Precinct 13 or
Yes.
those movies where people are stuck in a room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clock on them. They're trying to figure out who the mole is, and they're getting kind of hunted and dirty cops. That always seems to work. So I was at points really entertained, but then also at other points I was like, what are Ben and Matt Damon like? Is this like a passion project? Why are we doing this? What is this movie?
Yeah.
I see Ben Affleck and I'm going, is he throwing back to the town? And I think about the town and I go, the town's a much better movie.
Yeah.
And you think about mole cop movies.
Yeah.
Departed. Like, what's Matt Damon doing here? So
he already did this.
Yeah.
I've seen these guys do better movies of this.
Yeah.
Yet I was still entertained. That's my opening thoughts. Is I found it to be very, very entertaining. I found it to be riveting at points. Not riveting. I found it to be entertaining is the best word. I think it loses steam once you figure out who the mole is or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bunch of overqualified guys doing this. It's entertaining, but also I've seen these guys do this in better movies. That's my opening thought.
That's that tracks. Rugs. Opening thoughts on
Anthony stole my thunder completely.
Rip.
I didn't even listen to your review if that's what you said on
No, but I didn't say it in my review, but I was saving it for the show. But okay, so Carnahan works with Frank Grillo all the time. And I'm like, why isn't he in this movie? Like, this should be. I think he wanted more people to see his movies.
Yeah, totally.
But you could have had you put him in Scott Adkins' role. You just put in Frank Grillo.
You know, that's the joke though.
Yeah.
And Scott Adkins is like, I'm always fighting Frank Grillo for the top spot at every movie. He's like, it's either I'm getting it or Frank Grillo gets it. He's like, Frank Grillo got boss level. He wanted it, but he couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So so that it's like if they're in the movie at the same time, you know it's a terrible movie. But this movie is like not the caliber of what these actors are doing. This is a very by the book standard what Anthony said, dirty cop, who's the dirty cop movie. It was fine. It was entertaining. It did its job. I just wonder why they're at this point in their career where they're doing like fucking The Odyssey with Nolan.
I mean, that is
interesting. It in this Netflix movie.
Yeah.
And they're probably getting paid, absolutely. There's a big cast and all of them are getting paid probably.
Yeah, no, but they made that deal not to take up the upfront money and to split it essentially amongst everyone. So maybe
they get to play against each other, I guess.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I don't think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's just we've seen this movie done better a bunch of times.
Yeah. Also,
if it was a Frank Grillo movie, it would be a great Frank Grillo movie.
Sure, but it would be maybe, yeah.
But like as a Ben Affleck, you talk about people who won Oscars and shit.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not their brand.
Well, and you also, not only Ben Affleck and Damon. You've got Stephen Yeun and Tiana Taylor and even Kyle Chandler's in this movie. Like, it's just way over. All these people are way overqualified.
Yeah. Yeah, they do literally put Tiana Taylor in the room, just counting money for most of the movie. So my opening thoughts last week, I mentioned like every time I get excited for like an action crime, big star-studded Netflix movie, I'm generally disappointed. So I went in with low expectations, and I will say I was not as disappointed as I thought it was going to be. It's okay. It does
its job.
It does its job. It is entertaining. Some of the things I liked, that it has a decent twist, except it's super predictable and sometimes nonsensical and a little contrived. Ben and Matt are clearly just having fun together, and their fucking long, 20-year history chemistry comes through. And I think Carnahan does a good job at like these cop noir thrillers with paranoia and distrust and moving the suspicion around. At one point, you don't know who to trust. You think everybody?
Cop Shop is very similar.
Yeah,
like that.
You think everyone is fucking gonna steal the money? You don't know what's going on until they do the big reveal. There's lots of swearing, which normally I would like, but it seemed a little clunky and almost overly done at times. And then they say the rip a lot.
They say the rip, but that's like Netflix writing. Like they have to write it so people can watch their fucking phones.
You think I want to jack this rip? How many times do they fucking say that?
Not only, they write it that way, like they say it, but then one of the things, sorry to interrupt him, Ron, but just while we're on that, one of the things too is like they treat the audience like they're so dumb that they have to then reveal all the things you missed. Later on, where they're like, well, actually, this is what happened.
So even if you're on your phone, you will be caught up instantly. In fact, I'm sure you guys saw this. Ben and Matt were on Joe Rogan podcast recently.
Oh, no kidding. Promoting the movie?
Promoting the movie. And they essentially said what the rumor was. Matt Damon goes, they want us to really reiterate the plot every 3 or 4 minutes, 3 or 4 times in the dialogue. They also wanted an action scene up front to hook you in. They are making this for people who are distracted on their phones, which how much is that saying more about the viewer and where we are as a watching society right now? Because the reason Netflix is saying this, they have the numbers. They know when people stop watching or are paying attention or turn it off. So it is a dumbing down, but it's caused by all of our behavior.
Well, their goal isn't to make good movies. Their goal is to get people to watch.
Right.
But in the same podcast, Affleck brought up, look, but then you have things like Train Dreams and Adolescence that don't do that and are long, and they are still very successful and popular. Yeah. So I feel like they had to find a balance in this, and they kind of did, but some of those notes also made things very clunky and weird.
I'm with you, Imran, in that I had pretty low expectations. And when the movie started, I'm like, wow, this is fucking generic as hell.
Right.
But then as the movie goes along and they start to flesh out a little bit of that tension where they're all in the house and you don't really know what's going on.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm actually pleasantly like entertained by this. Yeah. Like when they go in and they like reveal like the attic, and the attic's like squeaky clean.
Yeah.
And then the money's there. And then he's like, let me get all your phones. And he's freaking out. Like I thought all that stuff was good, but it's just, it's also very generic. And I would have preferred, like what I thought they were going to do was have it be like a showdown between Ben and Matt.
Right.
They went pretty safe and decided to make it like them two, obviously the heroes of the story. Whereas I would have like, oh, if they play with us and go, you like these two guys together, let's have them face off. I thought maybe that might have sparked a little more where I'm like, oh, this is not as generic as it's playing out to be.
I mean, they give you a little bit of that when Affleck's character starts to distrust him and they're yelling at each other. But at the end of the day, I did think it was a little bit better than the average.
I agree.
Netflix streaming thriller that I was expecting. I do love the cops in a pressure cooker scenario type of movie.
But it's not like maybe you guys may agree or disagree. I was thinking about this movie because it is somewhat similar. I was thinking about like, why do I like The Equalizer way more?
Yeah.
And The Equalizer is also like a throwback movie, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just a guy getting revenge like on people that are doing wrong to normal people. But I think like for The Equalizer, Denzel is just so good in those movies.
Yes.
Like beyond anything that he needs to be in those movies. Whereas Ben and Matt are good, but they're also like I don't feel like they're actually giving their all.
They still
like they're giving just enough where you're like it's Ben and Matt.
Yes, you
feel
feel like
Denzel is like he's playing it up like he's still Denzel from Training Day.
Right, he's Robert McCall, and he can set up a character beautifully, and oftentimes without any dialogue. These guys, it's a little bit you still see like Ben and Matt, right?
Yeah, they're just giving just enough.
Yeah,
but they're not. It's not the town Ben. It's not Departed Matt.
Right.
It's a different version.
No, Matt saved that shit for the Odyssey. Apparently, he trimmed down to like lean 160 something for the Odyssey. But that I also found curious where he's out promoting this movie and he's like,
well, the Odyssey's not coming out till the summer,
right? But he's talking about the Netflix. He's made a movie for the Netflix algorithm, but he's also in a huge movie that is the opposite of Netflix.
Absolutely. Nolan probably like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what are you guys doing over here? But this is Ben and Matt's production company, Artist Equity. It may have been just a project they wanted to experiment with this payout formula.
I have a couple questions that were a little odd.
Yes, there's some odd things.
So first things first, when they are getting shot up by the corrupt cops
in the garage,
and they're chasing them in the street.
Yes,
they both decide to run down the middle of the street.
Yes,
with it being lit up.
Yeah, no,
this like, why would you go right into the open space when they're on the roof?
That is terrible,
dude. It makes no sense. They just get shot up and then they just go outside.
And the next thing I had was Steven Yeun's character.
Yeah,
I believe he's chasing them with him, right?
Yes.
So he's firing off bullets at the people that he's aligned with,
that he's
right?
working with, presumably.
So is he firing off the bullets or is he like intentionally missing? That kind of made no sense either.
And then the cartel dude just comes out of nowhere.
That was fucking weird too.
He's like,
with the phone.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it wasn't us. Let me call my boss.
And Ben's just like, oh, I found him.
You're like, well, that was very awkward. And they don't reveal until later what happens in that house, actually, when Ben goes to investigate.
It was just a weird turn because they're like under all this tension, and then Ben runs out with the cartel guy. I'm calling him Ben. That's not his name in the movie.
No, it's JD something.
And he's just like, it's okay.
He's
This
like,
guy
"Oh,
has a phone.
yes, he's with us, not really." I mean, it is cartel money. The other thing I thought was wild was it made no sense is when Steven Yeun's character Ro is looking at those blinking lights. He's like, I don't know what that is. The light's blinking. It may be some kind of signal. Like, you don't know it's fucking Morse code, you dummy. There was parts of this movie that were so predictable and easy to. I was yelling at it. I was like, it's fucking Morse code, you asshole.
Well, the whole 150 thing, like when
He's telling people different
the
amounts.
beginning of the movie,
The rip.
when he's telling people different things.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's doing that for a reason.
That, yeah. See, I didn't
And,
pick up on
like,
that.
why
right
would
away.
he do that? I'm like, either he's dirty and he's trying to throw everybody off.
Yes.
Or he's using
He's
that,
trying to
back
find it.
pocketing it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that 150 comes up again, I'm like, oh, I know it's Yoon. I know who the
But
yeah.
they show you him texting before any of that,
Yeah.
I believe. So
Yeah, they do. They don't. They reveal Yoon to be pretty quickly. Like, he's not a good guy.
but at that point, I thought, okay, so Steven Yeun wants to steal the rip, but also Matt Damon also wants to steal the rip,
Right.
and it's just who's gonna get there first. There was another weird thing in the very beginning. The Captain Jackie shooting, I thought was very strangely staged because she's on the phone and she sees the guy and she gets shot once, which is fine.
She gets shotgunned, right?
Then
Wasn't
she
it a
gets
shotgun?
Yes,
And
then
she's
she hides
texting.
behind the car. Then she gets shotgunned, goes flying back. Which does that happen? But she's still nowhere near dead because she can still text the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then a final shot. The whole thing was like a strange. I was like, you should be dead by now. You've been shot twice, like at close range. How are you?
Yes, she was texting, and then he got a mysterious text. It's like almost, there's like,
The
Well,
movie.
so they're basically telling you by the end that lady in that house was the informant she was working with, right?
Right. And that is cartel money. And she was going to kind of pull this whole scheme
But she was going to use that money to then dig up the bad cops,
as bait. Yeah.
and they knew that she was trying to find them, right? That's the whole mystery.
Yes.
So they offed her,
Yeah. Because they were the bad cops and she was onto them, I guess.
right?
I mean, going back to like the Netflix formula, the movie does the thing at the end where even if you missed certain parts of it, they show it to you again.
That's true. They do. They do that. Not as in poo poo, but do
Yeah.
that. One of the things I found, and this is around the ending, I found it funny that the movie like wraps itself up, and then I pause it and I go, wait, there's another like 15 minutes here. What are they going to do? And it's just them like hanging out, revealing the money, revealing the lady getting the money.
Yeah.
Like, Matt Damon on a beach with Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
like thinking about his kid.
Yeah.
And then I go, wait, with the kid thing. I understand like what they're doing, but I was like, the kid thing's kind of underplayed here. I don't really feel anything about the kid.
Yeah. His character, his son died of cancer at 10.
And that motivates him and to do this.
I don't know.
I just don't get the connection there.
It was the tattoo on his hand. That was the point. Are we the good guys? We are and always will be. And at the end, it turns out they were all the fucking good guys. The count comes up exactly the number that he had. And Desi gets like 20%.
Would you get 10% or 20% when you're?
She got 20%, like 4 million.
Wow.
And then Ben and Scott Adkins hug it out and resolve their differences. And then they're just sitting on the beach.
And then there's the whole subplot of like Ben being,
he was
sexual with that lady that died.
Yes, they were lovers.
I think what I'm getting at is those subplots. I don't know. I felt like those subplots were like kind of half baked.
A little bit. There was a lot of them kind of. It never really
could have been a longer movie. They cut it down to 2 hours, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are like as far as the action scenes, there's some good car chases, there's some good explosions, there's some good shootouts.
They're all right. I don't think the movie's really hitching its wagon on the action.
Right.
I think it's more about the tension.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I said earlier, once we figure out, well, I know Ruggs figured out pretty quickly, but once it's really revealed what's happening, it seems like the movie kind of loses steam.
Well, yeah. So you have I love the whole sequence when they're in the house, right? This whole movie takes place over one night. The house part is great. That, them finding the money and counting it and the tension and threatening phone calls. And you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then they do this little misdirect where, Maddie Nix in that big armored car shows up and you see duffel bags. And Matt and Ben and Stephen Yoon go, and the girl's like, oh, you're just going to fuck us like that? You're going to take the money? They leave the girls there as the house is burning.
When you saw those phone books, you didn't think they were going to end up in the bag?
I mean, I had a little bit of a feeling because and when they do the thing where they pull the bag out and they wait so long to show it, I was like, oh, it's the fucking phone books, isn't it? They did the same thing in Task on HBO. But then the inside the tank, when they're driving, when they reveal, there's so much exposition of them just telling us what the fuck is going on. And
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you crazy kids.
For you kids. I that twist, while like a little bit heavy-handed, I thought it was kind of neat that this was all a setup the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, I like when it makes you go back and think about like everything. And again, but they show you everything. And they tell you what when Ben's character finds out in the house what's actually going on.
Well, they kind of need to show you because it didn't make any sense.
No. But the whole thing about the different numbers and how he knew it was him and then finding out they're the ones. Well, Maddie Nix actually killed Jackie.
I have a feeling that the script was much better until they got notes from Netflix to change it. I feel like it might have been better because the bones are there.
Yeah.
So Netflix is like, can you say the rip at least 12 more times?
No one's going to understand the title of the movie, so you need to really explain what's going on.
Explain what the rip is. No,
I've never heard anyone say the rip ever.
Really? I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Especially in that context.
Yeah, maybe it is a cop thing where it's just a seizure.
Right.
But yeah, then you get the shootout in the thing. The car chase, not bad. Between Ben and Kyle Chandler.
No, not bad. I think I would have, but besides the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, I would have preferred like them when they were getting assaulted with all the cops. I thought they were doing straight up assault on Precinct 13. That not the old one, but the new one.
Yeah. And
it was like an army of people. I thought they were going to bring in an army of corrupt cops, and then you just realized it was probably like 4 guys.
Well, it was those 2 Hialeah cops, those officers, and then those 2.
It was 4 people, 3 that were just like trying to destroy him. I was like, oh, this is kind of underwhelming. I would have rather preferred, like they were holed up and they had to like fight their way out of like 30 cops trying to fucking murder them.
They're surrounded. But you know, it was eerie.
So it seemed like they ran out of money. That's what I was
It's only $100 million.
They didn't have enough money to have it all be a bunch of cops.
Well, you have this like empty neighborhood, which was kind of weird. Also, it was weird that like they're going to inspect this house. They just roll up in front, like out the open. I was like, by that time, the person...
They just leave all their cars in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, and they just leave them in the street and they all get shot up. But there is a thing, and this part of the true story is the cartel of Miami would buy up whole neighborhoods and then just pick a house to like stash their money in and shit. So there was something interesting there, but ultimately it was just one cartel dude and 2 other people shooting at them. So
was the girl that has the house... Are we to believe that she's just dumb enough to let them in, or are we supposed to believe that she wanted them to come in? Because they say, oh, here's a paper, we're asking you for consent. And then she's like, well, as long as you don't mess up the house.
Yeah.
And then they come in and then they start messing up the house and she's all pissed off. I feel like I don't think they played that to be, I think they're playing it to be like, oh, she was pissed off.
Well, like,
I'm like, why are you so stupid to let them in the house?
I think Ben Affleck's character actually says that to her, like, you wanted us to kind of help in this way. She definitely knew about the money.
Oh yeah, she's the informant.
Oh, that's right. She was the informant to, I think, why? Yeah, she's just like, don't do any pushy cop shit, and they just come in. I feel like maybe she did want one, and then maybe,
well, I don't know. I guess like if she was. Like she could have just told them, and I guess they're playing that she just doesn't know who's crooked or who isn't, right?
Now the cartel's not going to go after her.
No, well they
get that $4 million.
They abandoned the stash house. Like the head dude has so much told them like
they did it as a write off.
Yeah, we don't need
they don't want to kill more than one cop.
We don't need the heat, and he goes $20 million as a write off to them. They don't want any more cops to die. It's hurting their business.
But wouldn't the cartel just be like, we're gonna fucking kill this girl?
Later, she has some of their money
because she has the money. She was clearly the informant.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So now they will know that she's the informant.
There's a lot of like little things like that where I just the plot, like Ruggs mentioned, probably could have been tightened up a little bit. Like I'm willing to forgive it if it's in the 80s or 90s. I'm not going to forgive it as much here.
Yeah. No, I mean, I even like the money counting. I did like that little scene where she's like, I get paid $80K a year. Just one of these would set me up. Because I kept doing the math. I was like, bro, just leave $150K. And how much is that? You can split it up. That's still a lot of money. Nobody's going to know.
It's blood money, Imran. You can't blood money.
It is blood money, but the cartel doesn't.
Well, how
want
do you gotta account for it somehow too? And
well, that's the thing about taking large amounts of money is you can't really do anything with it. You can't start buying shit. You can't put it in the bank account. I don't know what you do.
They teach you all about this in Goodfellas.
Yes, you can't do any. Like it's almost. Remember the guy tells his wife, "Don't buy anything flashy," and he's like buying fur coats and got a nice car.
Yeah.
When you get that much dirty money, you can't do. You have to launder it very slowly somehow, like in Breaking Bad with a car wash. So it's more. But the fact that it was that amount of money that I guess was a huge thing. You think I want to jack this rip?
You want to rip this, Jack?
You want to rip this, Jack? You think I want to rip this, Jack? Yeah.
How many times did they say the rip? Like
oh my God, they said the rip so many times. Just what about this rip? What about that rip?
I wonder, like, this is a better movie than most, but I wouldn't say this is great. Like,
yeah.
Like, I wonder what Netflix, when they're doing these action movies, like, it just seems like the formula for them is famous guys, generic plot.
People just need shit to watch.
Yeah, that's what.
And you got to get people to watch them. And the way you get people to watch them is you put people that you know and go, "Oh, that must be good because I want to watch this because these people are in it."
Yeah,
and that's all they're doing.
So, but do you think Carnahan and the writers and Matt and Ben had that mindset making this movie?
Well, they're trying to make movies. Like Carnahan's trying to make movies, and he'll make movies with anybody who'll give him money to make one. Right?
Yeah.
And he wants to make a good movie because, every director wants to work and make better movies. But, I think they're all like seeing the opportunity. They're Netflix dishing out cash. They're looking for content. All right. So.
But to you guys' point, like thinking of Matt and Ben, it's like borderline embarrassing, maybe, this product.
Well, I would say it's like them having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're willing to, so they can work together and kind of have fun and be cops and be in a dirty cop movie. And they know it's okay. It's passable. They know it's like decent. They did it for like a laugh, and you see what happens. Like with this back end deal, they're trying to get this whole thing off the ground with their like equitable bullshit they're doing.
Do you think this movie would have been done well as a theatrical release? It's got big names.
No,
this is kind of like
it would have made like $30 million.
Well, yeah, it's like the mid budget movies they used to put out in theaters, but not anymore.
But the thing is, and that's where I'm like a little like, what the fuck? And that's where they spent it on the cast. Is how is this movie $100 million unless you just spent all of it on the cast?
I mean,
like there's like a couple good chase scenes, but you don't need.
You could make this movie for like $60 million.
Yeah, you don't need to spend that kind of money on this movie.
There's just a couple of locations. There's the house, there's the bridge, there's the car chase. I don't know.
But then you can clearly see at the end when they're on the beach, that's not a real beach.
Yeah, even the swamp where Matt Damon catches up with Stephen Yeun looked a little fishy. It looked a little fake-ish. But I thought it was interesting that Damon doesn't kill Roe, but Ben has to kill fucking Nix. He shot Jackie. So nobody was around. So I don't know if anything. He doesn't. No, got away with it. They got away with it. All right. Speaking of Matt and Ben movies, here's all the projects they've done together.
Oh, so maybe you're gonna rank them too.
We can compare. Going back in chronological order, of course, The Rip. Before that, there was something called Animals, 2026. Air in 2023. That was pretty good. The Last Duel. I forgot they were both in The Last Duel.
In that
2021. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot 2019. They got Project Greenlight in here, which is their kind of thing where
their show.
Yeah, the show they were getting filmmakers. Jersey Girl 2004. They're both in that. The Third Wheel, never heard of this, 2002. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, 2001. Dogma, 1999. This is a great Matt and Ben movie, I would say. And then, of course, Good Will Hunting, 1997. They were also in Chasing Amy, 1997. Glory Days, 1995. School Ties, 1992. And they both started with uncredited roles in Field of Dreams in 1989. Both in that movie. So interesting range of products.
Well, projects, yeah. Products, too.
Products.
I mean, clearly the Rip is number one.
You think? I mean, I don't think they'll ever get back to
I would go with Dogma and then Last Duel is
Good Will Hunting.
Last Duel.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. And Dogma.
I haven't seen Dogma or Last Duel.
Dogma's a fun movie.
Have you seen Chasing Amy?
I've not seen Chasing Amy either.
You should watch that.
Okay. I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, definitely the Rip is number one.
No, number one by far.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Anthony would like Dogma. I think Chasing Amy's more a speed.
Yeah, I think you would like Chasing Amy. That's a fun movie. It's a fun movie in a mall. Or Mallrats is good too.
No, Mallrats, Matt Damon's not in that.
They're not in that one.
But Affleck was.
Yeah. All right. Any other notes on the movie? We
got to rate it now?
Give it a number. Give it a number, Anthony.
This is a 7 would be like your average, not average. It's above average, but 7's like most movies that I tend to watch are in your 7, right?
Yeah.
They're good, not great, but not bad either. This movie is like a 6. I'm gonna go with a 6.
Yeah.
It's entertaining enough where I didn't want to like pull my eyeballs out for 2 hours, but I also was like, Netflix again with these action movies. They're getting a little better. But it's pretty generic and it's pretty stupid at times. So
yeah,
I would go 6. But I'll say this though: I've watched 3 movies that have come out in 2026.
Yeah,
and even though it's a 6 out of 10, it's the best movie I've seen.
God, all right, I got to hear about that later. Oh my God! So is that a recommend for you?
Very like you got to be like us. You got to be like us and have nothing better to do.
Yeah,
versus like. I like action movies and I'll watch anything.
Yeah.
That's action.
Look, I'm just trying to get people to just press play this so they can get paid on the back end so the fucking caterer can get a piece of this. So the gaffer can get a piece of this. Ruggs,
it's not bad. It's not a bad time.
Yeah. Okay. Ruggs, what do you think? What do you give it?
7 is a recommend. Means I think you should watch it. It's a decent movie. I'm going to put it right under it at 6.5. It's because it's just lacking something. Or maybe it's just a Netflix formula that is apparent, like that it is like telegraphing way too much stuff when the whole point of the movie is to not know shit. And, that would have been, they should have played that just a little bit better. And I think it would have made it for a better movie.
It is a little too spoon-fed maybe, but they're trying to play to people who are distracted on their phones. I'm also at a 6.5, but I would recommend a second movie. I think it's entertaining for the time. If Scott Adkins threw a punch, I would give it a whole point higher. It's unfortunate they didn't get him to do any fighting. I mean, he fought Ben in the beginning, but that wasn't really a fight.
Well, Ben was just kicking his ass.
Yes, he was fighting his brother. He's fucking with him. But yeah, I think it's about a 6.5.
You know that Scott Adkins was almost Batman?
Whoa.
Which time?
When Ben Affleck was going to be Batman.
Oh, shit. Ben beat him.
Yeah, because he was taller.
Yeah.
That was the reason. Yeah. Plus, he's Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Also, I mean, there's a big difference between Ben and...
But no, in the screen test, when he was being Batman and all the physicality, they're like, he blew everybody away.
Oh, no kidding.
Ben was like physically bigger than Scott Adkins because he's a big dude. Like,
yeah. But Scott Adkins, as far as doing all the fight sequences and the choreography, they blew him away.
They do kind of look like brothers, though. So I thought that was good. I just wish I didn't just see them as Matt and Ben the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they could have tried being these fucking characters a little bit more. But all right, yeah, there you go. Rip, first movie 2026 on Netflix. Let's do some what are we watching? Anthony, what you just said intrigued me. Tell us more.
I think I sent in Patreon stuff on these, but I wasn't around to talk about it. The other movies I've seen so far this year are Dead Man's Wire.
Oh, right.
And Night Patrol. So Dead Man's Wire is with the fucking Alexander Skarsgård? Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, it's got Bill in it.
That's on a true story. It's about this guy that like thinks he was wronged by his job, so he like takes a guy hostage, and it's a whole hostage movie. It's pretty decent. Bill Skarsgård's basically the only like good part of the movie. It kind of flames out. It's based on a true story, like an actual real true story. They show the real footage of this guy that like took someone hostage and then basically. Well, I'm not going to ruin the plot.
Okay.
But yeah, that one's all right. And then I saw this movie Night Patrol. It was at Fantastic Fest. It's with Justin Long.
Oh,
it's about these cops in LA that work the Night Patrol.
Oh, another cop movie.
And they're this like kind of shady group of cops that are killing all these gangbangers.
Oh.
And there's like a secret to them that's like kind of supernatural. Yeah, so you're like following this character that's trying to infiltrate the Night Patrol and see what's really going on. That movie sucked.
Wow, so The Rip is the best one so far of 2026.
Released in 2026. Yeah, I mean I've seen 3.
Oh my god,
Night Patrol was not good.
Okay,
that was not a good movie. It was like a bad version of Sinners.
Oh, interesting. Okay, a lower budget perhaps.
It was just not good. It gets real weird. There's like some weird like Zulu Nation type shit in there, and you got like vampires, and you got like supernatural shit. And Justin Long is one of the main characters, and I don't know.
I mean, when Justin Long is the main character, you kind of have to question the whole fucking thing there a little bit.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
Jason Biggs and Justin Long should do a buddy cop movie.
Wait, Jason Biggs? Who's Jason Biggs?
For the guy from American Pie.
Yeah, Jason
that
Biggs.
dude. Oh God, yeah,
like the early 2000s, like nerdy.
Those are the 2000s nerdy guys.
Yes, they should do a buddy cop.
Justin Long was in Barbarian, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Best role, Idiocracy. Justin Long as the doctor.
Absolutely.
Says here, your shit's all fucked up. All right.
January. So, quick thing. January is like
it sucks.
January and February.
It's horrible right now.
It's just terrible. I don't know. I don't know why people don't put in better movies. Like I think people would see some movies if you just put in better ones. But
absolutely.
I don't know. That's just my quick rant on January.
No, I agree, and we'll get into like what else is coming out. There's really nothing going on. Ruggs, what'd you watch?
I watched Primal, the first episode of season 3.
Season 3, yes. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
If you have not caught up or you want to, what did you think of season 3, where he gets brought back from the dead as a zombie? It's
different.
It's different.
It's really different. I wonder how it's going to pan out. It's like Spear is now a fucking zombie, dude.
Yeah. He's
a hulking zombie.
Look, if somebody hasn't checked out Primal on HBO Max, this is an amazing animated show.
I love it. I can't wait to watch it.
It is a school lesson. It is a masterclass in visual storytelling. There's no dialogue. All of the story is done by the expressions and the shots and the composition and the storytelling. And it's so fucking good.
It's fucking violent.
It's so violent and bloody and good.
So in this episode, like some guy turns him into a zombie and he's dead. So he's the last time we saw him, he died.
Yep.
And he had a kid, right? Didn't he fuck the other girl? And then she had a kid.
Yeah, there was like a little kid.
And it's like legend lives on in the kid.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to run into the kid.
He might.
But somebody, a shaman, like uses like his sorcery to resurrect him as a zombie, and he goes in this killing spree, and ends up like kind of having some of his memories like starting to return as like flashes,
right?
And he wanders into this village of lepers.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, the lepers. That's
and
right.
they accept him because they're lepers and they're rejected by society.
Yeah, just like him.
And so they get attacked by these really cool looking dudes, and he fights them off. And then he goes wandering through the desert naked. And then
did he kill that shaman that brought him back to life?
I don't remember,
because he's gonna need Fang to come back to life.
Yeah,
at some point, who is his
I think that shaman might be dead, or
I think so.
Yeah,
his pet T-Rex,
where his powers are gone, or something.
Yeah. So how does because I think didn't Fang die too? The T-Rex, right?
Well, yeah, it's been
It's so good. I'm glad he went this way because there was that weird episode that was like in the 1800s out of nowhere. And I think he was planning on changing the direction of the show, but then I'm glad we still have Spear because their story essentially ended, Spear and Fang, but now he's brought him back
as a zombie.
It's very good.
That is fucking crazy.
It's fucking good. I love it. What else you watch, Rex?
I watched the John Bellotti approved movie. We did our martial arts tournament. We had a Kumite last week.
Yeah.
And we talked about martial arts films. And John had brought up a film that I had never heard of. And I was like, immediately like, and it sounded wacky, like Ninja in the Dragon's Den. I was like, this sounds like a brother or sister movie to that. And I wanted to watch it. So I found it on Daily Motion and I watched it. And yes, everything that John Bellotti said about this movie is true. There's ninjas, there's boobs. There's
tell them the title.
It's called Duel to the Death.
It's from 1983. It was the number 2 movie on his list.
Duel to the Death, eh?
Duel to the Death.
There's dismemberments. It was interesting. I'm not gonna say I like it better than the Ninja in the Dragon's Den, but I thought it was in parts a little bit more epic and a little bit more into the whole style school thing where like one school's pitted against the other school. It's basically about Japan and China having a tournament, like a duel to the death. Like, and they send like their best warriors like once every few years or something to do this duel. And so it follows the 2 people that are going to this neutral temple to have a couple of nights to get to know each other. Then they're going to kill each other on the next night. And so it all of this kind of stuff unravels, and there's some subterfuge. There's some stuff that's not so sportsmanlike going on, and they eventually get to the duel to the death, and it's pretty bloody, and then it ends, and there you go.
Yeah, but it's entertaining. I kind of want to see this.
I mean, it's the kung fu movie from the 70s. It's pretty much what you get, what you pay for. You're watching a 70s kung fu movie. That's what it is.
I went looking for this. You know where else you can find it? I believe is on Plex, the streaming app Plex. It's all, it's a server, but it's also like a streaming platform, and they have a bunch of movies and TV shows. And you can download it on your TV. And I believe it's on Plex as well.
If you like 70s kung fu movies, you should check it out.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Game of Thrones is back.
Oh shit!
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms premiere.
First episode came out already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. This show will consist of, I believe, 6 30-minute episodes.
Oh, 30 minutes? That's it?
Yes. It's very different. It's almost like a Game of Thrones, like light comedy. Well, it's based on these novellas that were shorter, and it takes place in between House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and it's about this dude, Dunk, and this little bald kid named Egg, as Dunk tries to be a knight. And Ruggs, did you see this yet?
No.
I think we should maybe watch review when it's done. It's funny. There's some fucking funny things, and it's just about people. There's no dragons, but the guy playing Dunk is super tall. Let me just the beginning of this episode. It starts with him burying his knight. He's a squire to this old man. He's burying him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. He's got his sword. He's got 3 horses. He's like, I'm gonna go into town and maybe compete in these games to win some money. And he has this rousing speech, and he's got the sword up, and you hear the music come in. It goes dun, 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 and then it just hard cuts to him taking a shit behind a tree.
Oh shit!
Like you hear, you see his ass and like poop come out of it.
Whoa!
So I'm like, oh, okay, this is the kind of show this is. It's like a Game of Thrones, not a sitcom, but like a half-hour comedy kind of thing. It's very different. It's interesting. I like the first episode. They set it up well. And I'm
gonna wait for a couple episodes to come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean it's low commitment, right? But there's a Baratheon in it. There's gonna be Targaryens. It's very interesting. It's very different, but it was I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. Made me chuckle a couple of times. So yeah, that's about it. Anthony, you watch anything else?
No.
I'm just watching. There's a lot of shows out now, like The Pit and Beast Games and stuff. I'm trying to keep up on weekly.
I'm doing a lot of sports. So
there's sports ball.
I'm getting caught up on The Landman. If you haven't watched that,
Landman,
that's getting a lot of buzz.
It is. I might have to check it out.
I do enjoy it. I don't know if it's the kind of show that I'm going to stick with, but it's definitely got its moments.
Did you catch up on Fallout Season 2?
Yes, I'm done with that.
What do you think of the show?
It's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's veering off the central story and going into other characters too much.
Yeah,
and that sucks. Like, I think whenever they do that, I hate that. Like, I want to stick to the central story and I want a propulsive kind of. I want to feel like every time I watch an episode, I feel like we're going somewhere.
Yes, but in this one, you don't really get that, and I hope the back half.
They just keep veering off to like these side stories.
There's so many fucking things happening. Yeah,
and there's like a lot of characters. There's people in one thing. There's another people in another thing, and there's people in another thing, and then you're going back in time. So it's like all over the place, and it's hard to like really get attached to the main characters. Whatever happened to that, where you stick with one character and you just follow them?
Yeah, I don't know what anybody's trying to do even. So, anyways,
The Last of Us does it.
Yeah, but that at least felt like it was going someplace. Maybe not in the second season.
Yeah,
I like this second season. I'm like, where's this going? Fucking tighten it up. But for a viewing note, by the next time you hear us, by next week, the whole 8 episodes of Wonder Man will have dropped on Disney Plus. Tuesday, January 27th. We won't have a review next week because we will record the day before that drops. So the following week, we could talk about Wonder Man in like 2 weeks. So,
all right.
Outside of that, Anthony, you were saying movies coming out, like it's dead. Nothing's coming out. You got like Mercy and Send Help at the end of the month. But
what about in February, we're going to get the new Godzilla show, the Monarch show, where they have a new kaiju.
Oh, did you guys watch that trailer?
There's a new one.
It's an underwater kaiju that's massive.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
no.
There's a lot of Kong, and there's a line in there where the guy's like, "This isn't Kong. This isn't Godzilla. It's something bigger."
Okay, I'll tell you.
It's huge.
Dun dun dun, and there's some underwater thing. And I also heard the younger Wyatt Russell playing the younger Shaw was going to get a spin-off show about him.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like the 50s part of it better, but they're spinning things off. Yeah, that's February, so maybe there's a Spider-Man trailer this week. Every week I hope for one.
Axis Mundi is supposed to happen tomorrow, I think, but we'll see.
What?
The whatever brand new day.
Yeah, tomorrow or Thursday. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this is gonna do it for this week. Bruggs, where can the people find you?
Rug Boy Show on X.
Find him there. Anthony, what is your movie plans for 2026? What's the next movie?
I think I'm going to see The Housemaid tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go, but that's a 2025 movie, so that would go in the 2025 rankings.
That's true. A little catching up. Yeah, that thing's got some buzz. All right. Well, in the meantime, listener, check out our website, jockandnerd.com, for ways to support the show. To get in touch, please share the podcast to all your friends. It's the easiest and best thing you could do. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
This is crazy. Not
You
funny.
play with your balls a lot.
You play with your balls a lot.
You play with your balls.
Balls with heart.
Jock and Nerd.